The Nissan Frontier's D40 generation has long been a contender in the midsize truck segment, with the most recent modification likely occurring in 2009. Since Nissan has had time to fix issues with this truck, as was to be expected, these vehicles have been fairly dependable in recent years. The number of complaints has consistently stayed below 50 for several years, with the sole increase occurring in the number of recalls, which increased to 2 from 1 in previous years. But anyway, let's take a closer look at the 2018 Frontier problems. It's the Car Problems YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. Transmission problems. Occasionally being unresponsive to throttle input has been a problem with some 2018 Nissan Frontier batches. Before locking onto a gear and shifting ahead, the gearbox remains sluggish for a brief period of time. The transmission was reconfigured at the dealer for owners who had this problem, but it does occasionally reappear, especially when starting the car after a rolling stop. Catalytic converter shield problems. Catalytic converter shield rattling is a common issue that many 2018 Nissan Frontier owners have been facing. The issue is most noticed while idling or when the engine gets hot after driving for a while. The problem was traced to faulty heat shield fasteners that come loose in time and expands when hot, causing the whole panel to rock back and forth. Backup camera problems. Unintentionally changing a setting on the infotainment system turns off the backup camera. Once this occurs, shifting into reverse causes the screen to go black, and restarting the car does not cause it to automatically reset. This problem has been brought to the automaker's attention, and a recall to address it was started the following year. Fuel tank problems. With many 2018 Nissan Frontier vehicles, turning off the fuel nozzle before the fuel tank fills up has been a typical problem. Although the filler tube, canister assembly, and evap control system parts were changed by the owners, the problem did recur after a few months. The typical distance at the time the failure was discovered is close to 25,000 miles. Chipping paint. Occasionally, the paint will deeply chip down to the bare metal. The paint appears to be quite brittle and simple to peel off. Some truck owners purchase extra paint touch-up pens to keep in the truck in case they discover a new chip. Recalls. The NHTSA has issued 2 recalls for the 2018 Nissan Frontier. One of them affected more than 1.2 million vehicles. No backup camera display image is the topic. The likelihood of a collision rises when the backup camera display is blank. The second recall affected more than 150,000 trucks, and it was about ignition switch which may turn off. Additionally, stalling a vehicle increases the likelihood of a collision. Should you buy? Despite not being the best-selling vehicle in its class, the Nissan Frontier manages to sell over 70,000 units annually thanks to a loyal client base. For the typical new customer, the design might appear a little dated, but if you prefer the tried-and-true truck formula with its unfailing dependability, there is no doubting the Nissan Frontier's capabilities. We have no trouble recommending it to anyone searching for a useful and utilitarian truck because it has a superb quality and reliability grade from J.D. Power and the class's lowest complaint record from NHTSA. Its outdated configuration may have contributed to its poor ranking, but when it comes to performance, it readily compares to the best in class.